Good morning, students. Welcome to Bindu Dadwal Chemistry Lessons. Our topic for today is redox reactions and electrode processes. To understand electrode processes, let us consider this redox reaction where a zinc rod is placed in a copper sulfate solution. So after some time, what happens is zinc will react with the copper ions of the solution. It will give the electrons to copper ions. So reddish brown copper is deposited on the rod. And the blue color of copper sulfate solution will pale down and will slowly get converted to colorless zinc sulfate solution. So in this zinc has lost electrons, oxidation reaction. Copper ions have gained electrons, reduction reaction. And in this redox reaction, because they are in direct contact with each other, energy is produced, heat is evolved, and after some time the temperature of the solution rises. So this is a direct transfer of electrons. We can carry out the same redox reaction indirectly also. So when we do so, what we will do is we will place zinc rod in zinc sulfate solution and copper rod in copper sulfate solution. And we will connect them through a metallic wire. As zinc has greater tendency to give electrons, it will give electrons and come into the solution as zinc ions. The electron that it gives will move through the metallic wire in the form of electric current. So if we connect an ammeter here, it will show passage of current or flow of electric current. This electrode, this zinc rod, which is giving electrons, is called the anode. And this rod, which accepts the electrons, is called the cathode. And when the electrons reach here, this rod becomes rich in electrons, and copper ions from the solution will accept these electrons to form copper solid. So when we are carrying out this reaction between zinc and copper ions, indirectly we place zinc rod in zinc sulfate solution, copper rod in copper sulfate solution. We connect the two beakers with a metallic wire from the outside, and from the inner side we will place a U-shaped tube which is called the salt bridge. The salt bridge is a U-shaped tube containing a solution of potassium chloride or ammonium nitrate, usually solidified by boiling with agar-agar and later cooling. First we boil with agar-agar and then we cool, and it gets solidified to form a jelly-like substance. So the neutral potassium chloride or ammonium nitrate, because it's in solid form, will prevent the direct contact of the two solutions, but at the same time will maintain the electrical neutrality of the two solutions placed separately. So this U-shaped tube is called salt bridge. It maintains the electrical neutrality of the solution, and it is responsible for the continuous current flow. This cell which is so set up is called Daniell cell. This is setup of a Daniell cell, and here the redox reaction takes place indirectly. The transfer of electrons is indirect through the metallic wire. So the observations in the setup of a Daniell cell is transfer of electrons takes place through the metallic wire. The electricity from solution in one beaker to the solution in another beaker flows by the migration of ions through the salt bridge. So outwardly electrons make the flow of electric current responsibly, but internal circuit is because of the migration of ions through the salt bridge. And flow of current is possible only if there is a potential difference between the electrodes here. This rod has a higher tendency to give electrons. It has lesser reduction. It has lesser potential, negative reduction potential. This has a different electrode potential, and current will flow as long as there is difference in electrode potential. So the flow of current is possible only if there is a potential difference between electrodes here, and the potential associated with each electrode is known as electrode potential. The tendency to give or accept electrons is called potential. The potential of each electrode is called electrode potential, and if the two electrodes have different potential, the current will flow. If the concentration of each species taking part in the electrode reaction is unity and the reaction is carried out at 298 Kelvin temperature, the potential will then be called standard electrode potential. It will be represented by E naught. If in case the electrode in the electrode reaction, a gas is participating, then the pressure should be 1 atmosphere to make it standard electrode potential. By convention, we take the standard electrode potential of hydrogen electrode as 0. When we measure the electrode potential of any other electrode with respect to hydrogen electrode, for example, if we have to measure the electrode potential of zinc, we connect it with an hydrogen electrode, then the reduction potential of hydrogen will be taken as 0, and we will experimentally find out the reduction potential of zinc, which comes out to be minus 0.76 volts. So electrode potential value for each electrode process will be measured relative to the standard electrode potential. And this electrode potential value for each electrode process is a measure of relative tendency of active species in the process to remain in the oxidized or reduced form. A substance having a tendency to stay in the oxidized form is a reducing agent, acts as a reducing agent, and in which the substance has a tendency to remain in the reduced form will be having an oxidizing, will be acting as an oxidizing agent. A negative electrode potential will mean that the redox couple is a stronger reducing agent than the hydrogen ion to hydrogen couple. A positive electrode potential means redox couple is a weaker reducing agent than the hydrogen ion hydrogen couple. This electrode in contact with its solution is called a couple. So if E naught value is negative, it is a stronger reducing agent, and if E naught value is positive, it is a stronger oxidizing agent and a weaker reducing agent. After measuring all the reduction potential values relative to hydrogen, we can arrange them in decreasing order of reduction potential. Values, positive values act as stronger oxidizing agents and negative values act as reducing agents. So down this series, the measuring the strength of reducing agent increases. As we go down, the reducing agent becomes a stronger reducing agent. Above hydrogen, the values are positive. Below hydrogen, the values are negative. This whole series is called electrochemical series. Now, more about this we'll study in our next class. This is all in today's video. If you like the video, please do share and subscribe. Thank you. Have a nice day.